Now, as we begin this hypnosis, I would just like you to place your body in a very comfortable position, either resting on your back or seated comfortably, preferably with your spine resting. And I'd like you to notice that as I begin to speak, more and more, you'll notice your eyes becoming heavier and heavier with every breath. Breathing in deeply and breathing in a light of white, healing, luminescent energy that streams through the field of the body. And as it does, it begins to heal the body in deep, dynamic ways, releasing old ways of being and thinking and behaving that have made the body less than functional in the past, that have depleted its energy systems, that have resulted in illness, and just cleansing the body of these old neural pathways and genetic pathways, and feeling this light completely moving in waves, stronger and stronger through the body, and with each wave of light moving out toxins deeply and completely, moving out any secondary gain the body has found for holding sickness in the body due to emotional holding. Another wave removes these. And it almost begins to feel like the body is now made of pure white light, filling from the top of the crown of the head, streaming through the head, the throat, the chest, all the way down through the arms, the fingers, down the spine, to the base of the spine, the hips, the thighs, all the way around the solar plexus, and shooting down through the feet and releasing, relaxing, letting go, dropping deeper, 5 times deeper, 10 times deeper, almost like the body is now falling through free space, deeper. And as you hear the word deeper, you just go into deeper and deeper hypnotic states, relaxing completely and fully, and noticing that the body is easily able to slip into deep sleep every single night. And as it does, it automatically heals itself at the level of the DNA, shifting and changing any structures in the DNA that are no longer of service to its highest evolution. And the mind also heals through the night, releasing any self-sabotaging patterns, any emotional holding sequences that are no longer of service, letting them go. And as the body rests and the mind rests in this beautiful, peaceful space, you may feel like you are just floating in free space, where there are no forces of gravity either pulling you upwards or downwards. You just are resting. And as you rest in your mind's eye, just visualize or imagine your mind's eyes guiding you towards a place that will help you understand the nature of your existence. And you feel yourself being drawn in by the mind's eye through this journey, through space and time, And as you move into this journey, you are guided to a glass tunnel. And as you stand in this glass tunnel, you see yourself standing at the very beginning. And you see yourself standing at your birth with your parents. And you are just observing them through this glass tunnel. And you notice the early years of your life. And you notice your perspective as a child. And how your perspective is limited by the conditioned belief that this is who you are. That you are this bounded being within this body, looking outwards towards your parents and the world for love and validation. And you notice how this identity continues to strengthen with every passing year. And you notice as you move on and you watch the development that there are certain events that take place that result in you thinking that perhaps you are not loved or not wanted or not chosen. And you see how you continue to view yourself as this being in this body, limited, wanting, and even at times feeling abandoned, alone, unwanted. And you see yourself now in adolescence truly beginning to suffer from these beliefs and looking further and further outward into the world, to others, to fulfill this void you have inside, this belief that you are not enough, you are not lovable, you are not the one that was chosen. And you can feel it now, the sense of I, me and mine, strengthening the belief in this bounded existence, a body that continues to age with every passing year, and a firmer and firmer belief that there's an entire world that exists outside of you, that you need to get, desire, want to fulfill you. And you see yourself moving on into relationships and continuing to play out variations of these patterns of being unwanted, of being afraid of vulnerability and emotions and connection. Now you even see yourself moving into the working world, finding yourself in various opportunities that allow you to prove yourself in many ways, but there's still this increasing voidness, a feeling of lack of meaning, of purpose, of knowing yourself, feeling like something's wrong, a pain, a seeking for deep love, for deep knowing, but increasingly harder and harder to understand. And you see yourself continuing down this path, and at this stage relationships have failed, and it's becoming clearer and clearer that this feeling that the world out there can bring you joy and happiness is not correct, but the force of habit, of belief, pushes you, addicts you to cycles of relationships that reflect this yearning. And you keep walking and noticing as the years appear to move on and on. You see yourself getting older and older and older. And you see yourself beginning to lose people that you love very much. And you see yourself at their deathbed. Then you see them move on, and you question as to where exactly it is they've moved on to. And that question remains unanswered. Where is the life force, the consciousness that once brought them to life and now they've disappeared? But still you see the force of this world, desire for the world, keeps drawing you in. And you still continue to seek love, validation, and approval externally, from the world, from others, from relationships. And no matter how much you receive or don't receive, the void becomes increasingly present in your life. And now you see yourself at the very end of your life, on your deathbed. And you lie there with this void in your heart, and you question yourself as to what this life meant. Was this all for nothing? Was this all a loss? A cruel joke of the gods? And the fear of what lies beyond or doesn't lie beyond begins to engulf you. And as you watch this, your heart begins to fill with expansive compassion. And love for this being that is so confused. And you recognize how this confusion has led this being to believe that they are this body. They are the mind, they are the emotions. And so you come to this being, awakened, at her deathbed, as an angel of love and truth. And you tap the crown of her head. And as you do, she begins to rest peacefully in her essence, in awareness. And she looks around the room, and it becomes increasingly clear to her that she is not this body, she is not the mind, she is not the intellect, she is not even the life force, the breath, and she is not the I, me, and mine. She is all pervasive, changeless, formless awareness, permeates all and everything. And this awareness rises and rises in this formless state and hovers above this fabricated chronology. And now it is clearly seen that this was all a fictional tale. And the white light of compassion falls deeply and fully upon every aspect, every identity, every persona within this fictional tale, awakening, awakening, and awakening each one to the realization that I am pure awareness. I am omnipotent, omnipresent, all-pervasive, changeless state. Everything in me is me and nothing is me. Beginningless time. And the state of awareness has a remarkable effect of unraveling all these patterns that belonged to an unawakened, ignorant paradigm, and they are broken one by one. And this being no longer identifies with the body, with the mind, with the intellect, with the life force, with the I, me, and mine. This being you called yourself is free. This being you called yourself is love. This being you called yourself is awareness. And this awareness simply, from this point onwards, is able to come back to this fabricated point in time and freely express herself in forms of love and creativity, in truth and service. This awareness is playful, loving, creative, easy, flowing, fluid, open, knowing itself, all-knowing. And this awareness sits in every moment of every day in states of meditation, states of self-recognition, states of resting, and they become increasingly pervasive. So that there are really no states out of this state. All states of being now, for this being, are states of awareness, states of awakening, states of recognition of the paradigm she is in. She now stands firmly in her ground, and her ground is awareness. And this awareness is reflexive, it is self-aware. And the bonds of suffering are broken. And the veil of samsara is pierced through, and there is clarity and knowing and truth. The veil falls. And as the veil falls, we rest in clarity. And we consign the experience to silence. And we recognize the dream. And we remain awake in the dream. Awake, aware, enlightened.